Hey guys, I know it's been a little while, but I'm finally going to do our rig tour of our new 2024 Columbus River Ranch. I've been super busy with work and I finally had a day off today, so I figured I'll give you a tour of this real quick and I'll show you what our new camper is all about. So this is a 2024 Forest River Palomino Columbus River Ranch, also known as just a river ranch. It's kind of the only one on the market that's like this. We found out about it a few years ago and we've been kind of following it, and we were looking at a 2022, 2023, but the 2024 had some features that I liked. Now this is our old Momentum that we still have. That's our rental. We have family coming to stay, so they're gonna be staying in that for a couple weeks, but I'll do another video of that later because that is for rent if you guys are interested. So one of the main things that I liked about this is when we do hit the road again, which is hopefully in another year or so, we have lots of storage. And the reason they call us a river ranch is because it's a ranch layout. It's all one floor instead of your typical RV. You have your kitchen and stuff here, and then it goes up into the bedroom. This is all one floor, and I'll show you. All of these bays under here are all storage. So right now, this is the baby clothes section. It's kind of packed up. Most of this is just Christmas decorations and baby clothes, nothing very heavy, but it goes all the way through. This is my drone and camera equipment, stuff like that. Let me get to the other door. So this is, normally there's a panel here, but I've been working on the plumbing system. What I like is that all of the systems are easy to access. I can climb in here and work. You know, you got your plumbing, your water pump, your furnace. The furnace hoses from the factory were terrible. All of this is excess that I removed. That's a whole nother video. We were having issues with our heat and I had to come down and do some housekeeping. So lots of storage, all composite floor. It's basically a fiberglass honeycomb. And the other thing we liked is all of the slide out floors, which are notorious for rotting out. This is all composite. So all 5 slides are composite slides. It came with this pretty cool safety rail, which you can easily add these on, but it's nice that it was included. There's a lot of things that they included in this RV that I liked. That it's like things like I wanted Coleman air conditioners. I didn't want Dometic. We wanted a residential refrigerator, and I wanted to have space to put a dishwasher, which I'll show you in a few minutes. So then you have, it's my Oyster cooler, which I did a video about. I use this a lot. Get the Anchor cooler. So this is all storage, as you can tell. And we knew we were gonna have a baby. And while we do wanna buy a house someday, we're not sure where we're gonna stay. So we decided to get something that would be kind of a temporary house until we can buy a house. I'm not gonna pull the tray out, but you can see it's a giant cavern in here. Baby stuff, lots of baby stuff. Powered cord reel. We get some like heaters. I have some equipment in here for the business. So half of this actually is returns. We took the baby room door off, which is right here. So a lot of this stuff is gonna go away. These are just repair pieces. I'm gonna build some shelves inside, and Forest River sent me some of the finished wood that I can use to complete some projects because it's hard to match the finishes inside. So anyways, I really liked having the storage. When we're ready to travel, this will probably be for bikes and kayaks. And in the past, I've showed you my tool trailer, which I'll leave a link to down below. But I set everything up with Milwaukee pack-out boxes. And the goal behind that is, so the front of this is gonna be all personal storage. But I just happen to have a pack-out box right here. But you can see how it stacks neatly in here. And what I want to be able to do is when I hit the road, my goal is this is going to be like equipment and tools. That's going to be all personal stuff, clothing. And what I'll do is clean all this stuff up, and all of those Milwaukee pack-out boxes will fit right in here. So I can put a whole bunch in here and I'll bring all the tools I need to do RV repair and solar systems on the road. We do have our Starlink mounted up there. You know, I'll probably have to do a video about that pole because I did a lot of research and I like that setup the best. I've installed a few of them for customers. We got our kitchen slide out, and then this is all just more storage, lots of storage. I was working on my furnace, so I have this panel out and I haven't put it all back together yet. Project for another day. But one of the other things I really liked is we have a fairly large wet bay, and other than the fact the build quality wasn't great, like this wasn't really attached very well, what I'd like to do is expand the water filtration system, and I want to put a water softener all inside of here. So I'll probably end up moving this panel back a little bit, get a little bit more space. It's also where we keep our Starlink because we have the access coming in. So I like the flexibility, and I liked having all of these open panels. It just means that accessing the RV systems is very easy. You can see it's pretty cavernous. And we have a Suburban furnace, which I prefer, and we have a Suburban water heater, which I prefer. I thought about going tankless, but I kind of like the just regular old Suburban gas electric water heaters. Very reliable, very easy to fix. And then we have the front here, which I don't really have anything in yet. Hydraulic system. It's prepped for generator, and if I were to do a solar system, I would probably put a lot of it in here. Because I'm renting the Momentum out, I put our old stabilizer on it. You can see it right there. And I wanted to try something nicer and newer for our fifth wheel. So I ended up getting this guy, which I'm actually super happy with. It solves a whole bunch of problems. So if you guys want me to do a video about that, because that's a game changer, I really like that. Same thing with these Anderson leveling blocks. These are pretty good. So anyways, I think that's about it for the outside. We have our dual awnings. I really like the fact that they included the aluminum casing, because we don't use the awnings very much and the sun destroys them, and that aluminum protects it so that when we do use it, they're pretty much brand new. So as you can see, you got your stairs that go up, and then you have another couple steps going up. We take our shoes off here, and then the River Ranch aspect, the ranch, is it's all one floor. No step up. And here is Mama and Baby. I'm trying to be quiet. Okay, I'll be quiet. Luckily, he sleeps like a rock as long as he's on her. As soon as we try to put him to sleep. So I guess we're already here. I'll start here. So the living room started off with, you had your couches from the factory, had a recliner from the factory. Both of them were kind of terrible. So yeah, we had a couch here, which we got rid of. We had a couch there, we got rid of. This is a Rec Pro recliner, which we like because it fully reclines. This one's powered, but it's just so much more comfortable than what came with the RV. And the couch that was here we weren't going to use it. So this is an IKEA sit-stand desk. It's powered, goes up and down, which I really like. And it has memories, so you can program it to wherever you want it to be. And this is another IKEA. This is a rocking chair we got. We got the rocking chair for him because we needed it. We still need it. And then you're just your standard, like, living room, you know? Got some Easter decorations. Fireplace, 55-inch TV, something like that. And then we have our kitchen, dinette kitchen. This is the island. This is kind of the baby station right now. Going through bottles and all of that stuff, sterilizer bottles. And obviously in an RV, not a ton of space, so it's about as organized as we can get it. And we added some baskets on the front, which are pretty handy. The table, which is, it's all right. I have some plans for it in the future, but it works for now. We don't like these chairs though. These are terrible. Got to replace those. We do love our fridge though. This is a Samsung, so unfortunately it probably won't last very long, but we have two types of ice, and it's a nice deep chest freezer. And something we didn't think we would use a lot is actually, it has the indoor pitcher, which we love. It's filtered right there. And we use this thing like 25 times a day. So nice big fridge, which is a huge improvement from our old Cirrus, especially in the summer when it's 100 and something degrees here. Our old RV refrigerator wouldn't quite stay as cold as we wanted, but this thing is perfect. And then we have our gigantic Insignia stove, which works really well. It's a little bit smaller than a residential, but not by much. This is more like a European size. But we have 4 burners. We can keep all of our pots and pans. We can cook next to each other, whereas with a regular RV stove, you kind of have to move things around. So we use this a lot. Regular microwave. I did a little upgrade here. This side was just like this, where it was just open shelves, which is not very useful. So I put this slide out rack in. Oops, let me fix that. Put this slide out rack in, which is pretty nice. And it was a bit of a project to install. And nice big sink. This is kind of our dirty bottle area. And I did install a dishwasher, which is probably a whole nother video. I spent a couple of years trying to figure out what to use for dishwasher, and I ended up with this guy. I will leave a link to it down below, but it's a great dishwasher. We tried some countertop dishwashers and they weren't big enough. And this thing worked out fantastic, and it just fit just perfectly. You can see there's a little gap. And I do have, like I was saying earlier, I have those boards underneath in the back that is here too. I have those to fix this because this piece wasn't quite wide enough to finish the trim. So I'm going to finish trimming that out. If you guys are interested, I can make a video that kind of explains how I installed this. This was very much a custom install, and there are aspects about it that I don't like. It fits in here okay. It just barely fits. You can see it barely fits here. And I had to make my own P-trap, which Someday I might redesign, but it's working for now. Then of course we just keep all of our kitchen stuff under here, plus our trash bags, which we use for diapers and other miscellaneous trash. You having fun over there?
Yeah, trying to stay away from them.
I bet. All right, so just regular cabinets. Once we hit the road, we'll have to do a little bit more work on containerizing and storing things, but we're stationary probably for the next year. This is the baby room. Like I said, I took the door off, partly because when we had the baby, it was middle of the winter, and I wanted to be able to make sure I could really control the air temperature between here. But now that he's starting to nap in here more often, we are probably going to put the door back on so we can have it dark and quiet for him. So this is kind of a work in progress. There was a couch here, which we got rid of, and there was a bunk bed. You can see the little knobs that went across, and we made that sign to cover the screw holes. We originally started off with this 9-cube organizer, which is, everything's empty now. Well, actually not. Mostly empty. So this is going to go away. We're going to get a 6-cube that goes here, and that will neatly align with the changing table. So we have the changing table and just all these bins with burp cloths and all that stuff, and then all of his clothing, which he keeps growing and growing and growing. And then we also bought this guy. This is a Cradlewise. It is a smart crib. It fits in here really well. It's just the right shape and size. It kind of watches the baby, and then it will bounce and play music or white noise to soothe the baby, which actually really has helped a lot. We think it's been pretty effective, and I can tell it to shut off. And you can control it through an app. It's got a camera built into it. I realize it's unrelated to the camper, but it's pretty cool. We like it. It was a big gamble. We didn't know if we were going to like it, but it definitely has paid off, I think. All right, so then we have our hallway. We added like a whiteboard and coat rack thing, and all of this is just bookshelves, toilet paper, batteries, all your typical stuff. Nice big spot up here for toilet paper and paper towels. Just more storage. One thing I'm really aggravated with is all of the doors that came with this they're vinyl coated cheap plywood, not plywood, cheap press board. And for whatever reason, this edge piece it's all peeling off. So it's a camper. What do you expect, right? So nice big full-size shower. This is a full-size residential shower. It has the seat, which we don't really use. It's more places just to put towels and shampoo and stuff. Got the toilet, porcelain. We got a clean camper bidet, which we really like. And it's just about the right size. Obviously with a baby, we wish it was bigger, but considering it's an RV, it's not too bad. So we like it. And there's some closet space under here, a little bit over here. Just enough. It comes with the MCD roller shades, which are pretty good quality. I like them. In the living room, we have the day-night shades. So you have the screen, which is nice on a bright sunny day. You can still let the sun in, but it's a little bit dim. We try not to wake the baby up. Max air fans, 3 Coleman air conditioners. We haven't had any issues with cooling. Even last summer when it was 110 degrees, we stayed pretty cool in here. Now this is the bedroom. It has a sliding door, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I guess, it works. Kind of tucks out of the way. Some of the build quality stuff, I did have a leak here, which I'm still working on, so that's why I have this piece of trim off, but I feel like this could have been finished more nicely, like cut at an angle. I got some bump stops I'm going to put here, because man, if you whack that with your foot, catch that corner with your toe, oh, it's going to hurt. We took the closet doors off for a couple reasons. They're very heavy, and when they would close, they didn't really give you much space. And maybe for aesthetics, we might put a curtain up or something, but also it's real glass. This is real glass, and it weighs a ton. So this is the king bed. It does lift up, like normal. They did a pretty good job. They built an aluminum frame, but some of my gripes with them are things like unfinished edges, not really great. They should put a plastic cap on that or something, because I'll tell you, that hurts when you hit your leg on it. So these are all things that I'll probably work on, but there's quite a bit of storage under here, which is nice. I think the biggest issue with this has an 18,000 pound GVW, which is actually 17,999 pounds. And it gives me like 3,800 pounds of payload capacity, but with all of the storage, I'm really gonna have to be cautious of what we carry, because we could easily overload it. Right now, we're kind of filled to the brim. If we were gonna go travel, we have a storage unit in town that I use for other purposes that I'd probably go put some stuff in just to lighten the load. Oh, yeah, that's right. So anyways, I gotta build some shelves in here. That's what I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna replace this and build wooden shelves that will match this. And we got some baby donations from someone. Normally there's not this much stuff in here, But anyway, so we got this Splendid, or Splendid, however you want to say it. It is the 2200 XCD. It is an all-in-one unit, and it washes and dries. Main reason we did that was space savings, because now we have all of our storage here, but also weight savings. I realized that having a dryer as well would add much more weight. And the nice thing about this is you can just hit start. It will wash and then dry. The cycles we run are usually 2.5 to 3 hours. Depends on if you do extra rinses, and you get all your options here. So it's actually been working really well. But we found that we have to run the cleaning cycle every probably 2 to 3 weeks to keep it running well. But it's just a cleaning cycle. It takes about an hour. And then you just have your entertainment slide, which is, we get a fireplace, which is nice in the winter. Just regular drawers, little charging station, which kind of annoys me. So this drops down inside, which means that the drawers are short. See, this one's a full depth drawer, but this one is short just to accommodate that thing. I feel like it would make more sense to not do that. In fact, part of me wants to just take this out and make full depth drawers, because that's my side and that's Sasha's side, and she has full depth drawers and I have the little shorties. And then also, I feel like this was a missed opportunity. It's a nice big spot. I'm not going to use any of these connections. So what I might do is cut this out a little bit. You can see it dips down and it goes up. And I might put a big old drawer in here that'll slide out basically for all the same stuff, but it'll hide it. It'll make it a lot prettier in here, I guess. And when we bought it, I went to Indiana to pick it up, and I did a quick inspection on it, towed it home. I knew I had some problems. The air conditioner in the front was defective from the factory, so Coleman warrantied that. I replaced that. And then all of a sudden, which I did record some pieces of it, we got a leak one day that was coming in through here, which is in the bedroom, and actually it was running down this plastic channel. It was coming over here and dripping directly on my side of the bed. It took me a couple attempts to figure out what was causing it, but it was another manufacturing defect, which I'm discussing with the company. It's fixed now, but it's still kind of annoying. Just build quality issues. I work with RVs. I fix them all the time. They all have problems, and mine is no different. It's fifth wheel. We like it. I think there's a lot of room for growth. Gives us a lot of flexibility, a lot more space than what we're used to. And it'll be perfect until we buy a house or build a house or something along those lines. No, don't wake him up.
He's about to wake up.
Oh, he's about to wake up.
He's been down
Morning,
there for a
buddy.
while. He's cute.
So anyways, having a baby in an RV is a lot of stuff, and it's definitely challenged our organizational skills, especially when he's trying to keep us busy. It's hard to keep everything neat and tidy, so this is about as good as it's going to get for today. But it's not bad, as long as we put everything in containers and, put them up in here and organize everything. I don't know, two kids might be a little challenging. We'll see. All right, guys, I think that's it. I know I covered a lot, but if there's something in here you want me to go into depth on, I'd like to make more videos about this because it's easy for me. I can just talk about my own camper. I don't have to go out and record stuff. So I'm looking for easy content. So please let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see, and I'd be happy to make some more simple videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm just getting a little baby B-roll. Oh, I see his little eyes. Hey, buddy. Aww.
Happy camper.
Don't wake me up.
He's grumpy baby.
Oh, he's been grumpy today.
You're okay, buddy.
He's like, what is that
You're okay.
black rectangle?
You're okay.
You're on camera, buddy. Okay. Bye, guys.